Hello everyone, welcome to Shaker's history classes. We are doing this as part of historiography series. Another personality is Robert Bruce Ford. He is called father of Indian prehistory. You already know who is the father of Indian archaeology. Please write in the comment box if you remember. He is called father of Indian prehistory. His name is Robert Bruce Ford. His groundbreaking discovery is the hand axe discovery in Chennai. In Chennai, there is a place called Pallavaram. In Pallavaram, he discovered this in 1863. It created a lot of interest that it is a hand axe. It is not a natural stone. It is a stone. It is not a natural stone. It was manufactured by someone, but not recently, long time ago. He was a geologist and he was studying about various rocks. That's why he identified. Then he identified similar kind of tools in another place in Chennai, near Chennai, that is Attirampakam. So many such stone tools were identified, like hand axe, cleavers, flake tools, and so on. Then it created a huge interest in understanding about our past. Later, in Billasargam, it's a place in Karnool Caves. Here also, people were there who used stone tools. But the astonishing element of these stone tools were astonishing fact is that these stone tools were not manufactured in recent times, but thousands of years earlier, some of them even going lakhs of years earlier. It has created a complete turn in our history itself, that our history itself had to be rewritten. You see the term rewritten our Indian history. Historiography means history of history. Whatever Vedas says, that was history once upon a time. Whatever Mahabharata, Ramayana, Puranas were saying, that was our history. But here the change is coming that there is history before these developments. And that's what archaeology, this kind of excavations and exploration have changed the way our past was there. That is why his discovery is not a normal one, groundbreaking discovery. It had changed our history itself. Now, what is the significance of this main? He discovered this in 1860s, 1863 to be precise. In 1857, the Great Revolt happened. In 1861, Archaeological Survey of India also created, ASI was also created. Now, another discovery. One after the other, changing the perception about our history itself now. Now, the map of India is very special, not only in Indian subcontinent, but in entire human history itself. Because this discovery ensured that this land is not inhabited by people recent times. This land was inhabited by people lakhs of years ago. One of the oldest places where people lived. If I show you the timeline here, and these are the various terms you can use him while you are writing for the answers wherever it is required. Changed the age of humankind, antiquity. Now, this is not only about history of Indian history, it's about humankind evolution itself gave some clues. How our hunters and gatherers in Stone Age, how people were living in Indian subcontinent, it gave. Pioneer in this direction, groundbreaking discovery, rewriting history. And here rewriting history refers to this one. In 1780s, Asiatic Society of Bengal was established. And you know who is the person. Please write in the comment box. Greek Sanskrit connection was established. That shows that Sanskrit language and Greek, European language and Indian language has some kind of connectivity. And that has given some kind of Aryan connection. That means at some point of time in the past, Indians and Europeans were connected. That is one kind of development in 1780s. By 1830s, another development has taken place, that even though Ashoka was known in Buddhist literature, but his inscriptions were not readable till the time James Prinsep deciphered Brahmi script in 1830s. Then it has changed the way, again, our scholars, our historians started looking Mauryan history, ancient history, and Buddhist history. One kind of development. Later, in 1863, this is completely a new turn to our history, that there is a history to India even before Vedas and before Mauryans. And that has changed the way we started looking our past. And even more major turn is about to come in 1920s with discovery of Indus Valley civilization. With the official announcement of Indus Valley civilization, completely it has changed the way we started looking our past. Our ancestors, not just 3000 years old, 4000 years old, with this kind of discovery, our ancestors period going back to lakhs of years. And later it has created immense interest in identifying so many monuments, so many archaeological sites. Particularly after independence, extensive research has been done. After independence only, places like Bhimbetka caves were discovered. And that is how completely a new picture emerged. It is not that only what Vedas, Puranas, epics were saying our history. There is much depth to our history beyond this. So that's where, when we are recreating our past, we have to depend on two types of resources. One is literary sources, another one is archaeological sources. These are archaeological sources. And you see how archaeology is changing our history itself. That is why history is not a static one. Till the time new discovery comes, we used to believe in one way. But once new discovery comes, we may have to change our past, our perception towards our past. So this is how history is becoming a scientific discipline and truly a research-oriented discipline. And that is how our history evolved over a period of time. This evolution of history only historiography. In simple terms, history means reading about our past. And historiography means it is the history of history, how history discipline itself evolved. And these are the people who contributed for it. Remember the person name, father of Indian prehistory. This is prehistory. Now you see, this is the term prehistory. Generally, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Stone Age also our history only. But literature dominated in creating history such a way that we started calling history means since when we got literary sources, we started calling history. But there is a history even before that history, so-called history. That means there is history before literary works also. That is why that is called prehistory. He is called father of Indian prehistory. Very important, particularly from the map point of view, where Attirampakam, these are the places, Attirampakam, Pallavaram, Villasargam or Kurnool caves. Very important from the map point of view also. Sources, our first unit is sources only. And in during British time period, administration of the British, how they have changed, how they learned about our past. In that context also, you can quote Robert Brosford. All right. I hope it is very helpful. Please watch previous people also, so that you will get now connectivity, how history is evolving during British Raj. Thank you.